Hello. Have you ever strolled through the manicured grounds of a stately home and stumbled upon a mysterious brick wall? Maybe a heavy wooden gate, and behind it, a hidden oasis of flowers, fruit trees, herbs, and vegetables. Welcome to the walled garden. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history of these leafy sanctuaries, why they were so important, and the surprisingly clever science behind them. Stick around, because what looks like a fancy garden is actually a powerhouse of design, food production, and yes, even espionage. Let's get into it. So where did walled gardens come from? The idea actually dates back thousands of years. Ancient Persia, Egypt, and even China had enclosed gardens. But the version we see at British and European stately homes, that really took off in the 17th and 18th centuries. Wealthy estate owners wanted more than just pretty flowers. They wanted food, exotic fruit, medicinal herbs, ingredients for feasts and banquets, and they wanted it grown right on their own land. But here's the problem. England isn't tropical. So what do? Well, you build a giant outdoor greenhouse with walls. These weren't just for show. The walls were carefully designed to create microclimates, tiny ecosystems where you could control the temperature and protect crops from harsh weather. Get this, south-facing walls could soak up sunlight during the day and radiate heat at night, keeping frost-sensitive plants alive. In fact, some walls even had chimneys and flues built inside them, connected to underground boilers. Basically, a Victorian-era central heating system for fruit trees. Bananas in Yorkshire, grapes in Scotland. Well, yes, all thanks to these cosy, warm walls. So what did they grow? Oh, not just carrots and cucumbers. In a well-run walled garden, you'd find peaches, nectarines, figs, apricots, and of course, grapes for making wine. There were also herb beds for cooking and medicine, flowers for the house, and even beehives for honey production. And let's not forget the cutting gardens. Rows of blooms like tulips and dahlias grown purely to decorate the home. Because if you're going to live like royalty, you need fresh flowers in every room, right? Now these gardens didn't tend themselves. Enter the head gardener. A sort of horticultural wizard who often lived right near the garden in their own cottage. Under them worked a small army of gardeners, apprentices, and believe it or not, children, who might spend their days weeding, watering, or carefully pinching the tips of tomato plants. Here's a fun fact. Head gardeners were so important that many estate owners deferred to them on matters of food and presentation. If you annoyed the head gardener, you might not get your strawberries in time for tea. But these gardens weren't just practical, they were a status symbol. Owning a productive, beautiful walled garden showed off your wealth, your sophistication, and your connection to the natural world. Some were even designed as secret gardens, hidden from guests so that they could be revealed as a surprise. Oh, you simply must see the peach wall. Others were more functional, off limits to visitors, and used entirely for production, with wheelbarrow paths leading straight into the mansion's kitchens. Sadly, by the 20th century, walled gardens started to disappear. Why? Well, industrial food production, modern refrigeration, world wars, and the decline of large estates meant that many gardens were abandoned or turned into car parks, tennis courts, or even overgrown forests. But here's the twist. Many of these gardens are being rediscovered and restored today. Places like Heligan in Cornwall or Walled Garden Baumber in Lincolnshire have brought these green spaces back to life. And they're not just for show. They're growing food, training gardeners, and teaching people about sustainable growing. In fact, the idea of the walled garden is more relevant now than ever. Urban farms, community gardens, and permaculture plots are all built on similar principles: shelter, warmth, and biodiversity. Plus, the walls provide security from pests, wind protection, and a beautiful sense of enclosure. You feel safe. It's like your own little world. And admit it, don't we all love the idea of a secret garden? So, next time you visit a stately home and see a brick wall in the distance, don't just walk past. Peek through the gate, step inside. You're not just entering a garden, you're walking into history. A place of science, beauty, and delicious produce. A living legacy of the people who built, planted, and preserved it. And hey, maybe it'll inspire your garden to get a little walled. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and let me know your favourite walled garden in the comments below. Or tell me, what would you grow in your own secret garden? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for some more walled garden adventures. Bye for now.